This is the TECNO Spark 40 Pro Plus, and this is the Spark 40 Pro. But let's be honest, at first glance, you'd be forgiven for thinking TECNO raided Samsung's design department and said, yes please, I'll have that design, but can you change the color? Jokes aside, both phones actually look really good. The Pro Plus leans a little less Samsung, but it's definitely the more interesting one. It's curved, it's super slim, and yeah, we get wireless charging. But is that enough reason to spend more, or should you just stick with the regular Spark 40 Pro? Which one actually gives you better value for money? Let's find out. My name is Udi, I talk about tech. Let's shoot. Hi guys, so before we get into the comparison of these two devices, one of my goals for this year is to get to 50,000 subscribers, which can only happen with your help. So if you've been watching my videos but you are not yet subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. Also, if you are new to the channel, welcome to udishoots. I make tech videos and tech review videos just like this one to help you make the right choice. So do subscribe and also turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any future review video. All right. Both phones come with similar box content, the charger, USB-C cable, and a case. But there are two small differences. The Spark 40 Pro Plus comes with a screen guard in the box, while the regular Spark 40 Pro gives you a wired headphones instead. For pricing, the Spark 40 Pro is going for 244,000 naira, which is about $156, and the Pro Plus is priced around 273,000 naira, around $175. Starting with design, TECNO isn't shy about taking inspiration. If you want a phone that looks more like a Samsung device, that will actually be the cheaper Spark 40 Pro. But both phones come with that clean matte finish and those huge rounded camera bumps. Around the camera, TECNO went with this one-piece aluminum frame that wraps around the entire lens area. It gives the phone a really clean and solid look, kind of like what you'd see on more expensive flagships. The Pro Plus has a rectangular base where the camera sits, but let's be honest, it still looks like a Samsung. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Both phones look absolutely gorgeous. They're about the same size and both phones feel solid in the hand. No creaks, no cheap plastic feel. The Pro Plus has curved edges while the regular Spark 40 Pro goes with a flat edge design. Personally, I really like how lightweight and sleek the Pro Plus feels. It's very slim and I know a lot of people will love that in hand feel and might even just pick it because of that. Now, according to TECNO, the Spark 40 Pro can survive drops from up to 1.5 meters and the Pro Plus, they say it can handle up to 2 meters, but only if you use the case they gave you in the box. Now, that doesn't mean you should go around drop testing it like it's a rugged phone. If it breaks, now you go explain. Now, both phones come with IP64 rating, making it resistant to dust and water splashes. Both phones have stereo speakers that sound pretty good with Dolby Atmos for richer sound, but only the Spark 40 Pro comes with a headphone jack. For biometrics, both phones use under-display optical fingerprint scanners and they are fast and reliable. You also get an IR blaster on both, so you can control your TV, AC or decoder straight from your phone. The Spark 40 Pro has a dual SIM card slot with support for memory card expansion, and the Pro Plus doesn't support microSD card, so you are stuck with internal storage. That said, both models go up to 256 GB of storage, so for most people, I think that should be more than enough. Now, display-wise, you are getting a 6.78-inch 1.5K 144Hz AMOLED display with Gorilla Glass 7 eye protection on both phones. Now, the MediaTek processors on both of these phones officially support displays up to 1080p at 120Hz max. But TECNO is advertising both the Spark 40 Pro and Pro Plus with 1.5K displays running at 144Hz, which technically goes beyond what the processors on these phones are built to handle. Here's the thing though, if you use a third-party app to check the screen resolution, it actually shows up as a 1080p display. And also, when you turn on show refresh rate in the developer settings, you'll see that it's actually running at 120 Hz, not 144 Hz. So yeah, Techno's marketing might sound a bit more exciting than what you're actually getting. It's not a 1.5K 144 Hz display, it's actually a 1080p 120 Hz display. That said, the display still looks really good. Colors are vibrant, it's sharp enough, and it feels smooth in daily use. 120 Hz is still very fast and smooth, so most people honestly won't notice or even care. Sharpness, detail, contrast, colors are great. Everything looks vibrant and punchy with deep blacks and good viewing angles. Now, they don't use the exact same panel when it comes to shape. You get a flat display on the Spark 40 Pro and a curved display on the Pro Plus. So, which team are you on? Team curved or team flat? Let me know in the comments. Tecno also claims that it can hit up to 4500 nits in peak brightness. In real world use, like when you're using it outside under the sun, it goes up to about 1600 nits in high brightness mode, which is still very bright and gives great visibility outdoors. Let's talk about performance. The Spark 40 Pro is powered by the MediaTek Helio G100, the same chip used on the Spark 30 Pro. Now for the Spark 40 Pro Plus, it's actually the first phone to launch with the new MediaTek Helio G200. And yeah, it's a small step up. On paper, both chips look almost identical. The same CPU setup, the same 6nm architecture, and even the same GPU. But the G200 comes with a few minor upgrades. The GPU runs about 10% faster, so you should get slightly better gaming performance and smoother graphics. It also pulls slightly lower scores in benchmarks, but I believe that's because it's a very new processor and it isn't fully optimized yet. Now that said, in real world use, the difference isn't massive and you won't notice a big jump in speed unless you're really pushing both phones with heavier games or multitasking. The MediaTek Helio G99, G100 and G200 are pretty much the same processor with very minor upgrades. Things like slightly better power efficiency, a bit higher clock speeds or small GPU tweaks. So while the G200 sounds all new and shiny, the real world difference between it and the G100 or G99 is honestly very minor. Most people won't even notice it in everyday use. But in this price range, there honestly isn't a better processor than this, so we can't really complain. Both phones ship with Android 15 and iOS 15.1, and call me crazy, but honestly, iOS and even XOS from Infinix might just be my favorite Android skin right now. Ever since Android 15, which is very recently, I fell in love. The UI feels smooth and well optimized, and there are tons of features, especially AI features. But it doesn't feel overwhelming or the software is trying too hard to stand out. Everything feels intentional. We get the usual special functions like floating windows, split screen, smart panel, game mode, app twin, all the stuff that you would expect. But where iOS 15 really shines is in the AI features. There is Hi Translate, Tecno's translation assistant. You can even use it inside supported apps like the phone app, contact, or even messaging apps like WhatsApp. And now it also supports real-time conversation in different languages. I tested it in Spanish and it worked very well. The translation was very accurate. What's your favorite food?
¿Cuál es tu comida favorita?
Mi comida favorita es el arroz y el pollo.
My favorite food is rice and chicken.
For Nigerian languages, Hausa and Igbo are supported, but Yoruba is still missing. However, when I tried speaking in Igbo, the results were disappointing. It barely understood me unless I spoke very slowly. And even then, the translation was far from accurate. Ọtụtụ ọma. Ndewo. Kekime. I'm starting to think that the person who trained TECNO's AI in Nigerian languages was probably some Chinese guy who had no clue. TECNO, you need to fly at least like 3 Nigerians, 1 Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba speaker to help train your AI properly so that you can actually understand us. Now, in areas with poor or no network signal, TECNO's free link lets you share files, voice notes, and even make free offline calls using Bluetooth. TECNO says it works for up to 2 kilometers in theory, but in real life, you get the best experience within 500 meters, give or take. Still, it's a pretty useful feature, whether you're at NYSC camp in one village like that, or maybe when your signal just randomly disappears, you can still make calls just within a limited distance. Just note that this only works between transient devices, that's TECNO, Infinix, and itel phones. Then there is Document Assistant, which can analyze documents, extract key information, and even summarize them for you. There is also Writing Assistant, which can help you write text, kind of like a built-in ChatGPT, but for editing. Now, in the Gallery app, we get AI Studio, with features like AI Eraser, AI Extender, and AI Sharpness to enhance your photos. And of course, there is the Ella voice assistant with DeepSeek integration. It's not just your regular voice assistant, it can actually do things like write emails, generate essays, even create images. Basically, a full AI assistant built into your phone. And I'm not even done. There's still more features. There's AI problem solving, an image to document converter, and so much more. Do you now understand why I say iOS is my favorite Android skin? So many features and it's still super smooth. Let's move on to the cameras. Both phones come with a 50 megapixel main camera. Selfies are 13 megapixels and they are quite sharp. Both phones capture sharp and detailed images with good dynamic range, so highlights and shadows are well balanced. Colors are vibrant and true to life. Portrait pictures on TECNO devices look great. Sharpness, HDR, and skin tones are all spot on, and edge detection is very good. Selfies are also sharp, they look very detailed, and I like the image processing from transient devices. But here's the thing. Camera performance is basically identical, no real difference in processing or dynamic range or colors. So if you're buying based on camera alone, either one will do. Both phones pack similar battery sizes. The Pro Plus has a 5200 mAh battery with 45 watts fast charging, while the regular Spark 40 Pro has a 5160 mAh battery, also with 45 watts fast charging. Battery life is solid on both. You'll easily get a full day of use with no stress, and charging from 0 to 100% takes about 45 minutes. But the Pro Plus takes things a step further with wireless charging, which is honestly amazing at this price point. And it's not even slow. You get up to 30 watts wireless charging. Plus, if you use the case that comes in a box, you also get TECNO's version of MagSafe, so it snaps into place magnetically. And you can even do reverse wireless charging at 5 watts, so you can top up your earbuds or another phone if needed. So, which one should you buy? Well, if you're on a budget and you just want a solid all-rounder, then the Spark 40 Pro already gives you great value. It has the same display, the same cameras, the same software experience, and nearly identical performance. But if you want something sleeker, lighter with a curved design and wireless charging and that extra bit of polish, then the Spark 40 Pro Plus might be worth the extra money. Now, if you are currently using the Spark 30 Pro, upgrading to either of these could actually make sense, not just for the newer design, but for Android 15 and all the new AI and software features in iOS 15. It's a big step forward in everyday experience. So it just comes down to your budget and what features matter most to you. Let me know which one you're going for in the comments below. Are you on Team Pro or on Team Pro Plus? If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and please, if you are not yet subscribed, do subscribe, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. My name is Udi. This is udishoots. Thank you so much for watching, and you'd see me in my next video. You know what's coming. See.